Hey guys, King Charms here to be your judge, your jury, and your analyst. And today I bring to you my top ABB team, my best ABB team for the Ultra Premier Cup with no XL. So this is Shadow Walrein, Sirfetch'd, and Shadow Machamp. So the guys of this team is pray that your opponent does. Actually, you know, I beat a Charmer team in this shoutcast. So you know what? Pray that your opponent misplays terribly if they have a Charmer. Other than that, you pray they don't have a Charmer. But for some odd reason, this double fighter team actually did really well. Scrafties are running around. Well, I see Scrafty in the back row a lot just because, or in the lead, just because Scrafty beats the Walrein Trevcore and Obstagoon as well. So I hate Scrafty. Well, I hate Scrafty ultimately because of the fact that it takes so much effort to build one. And despite all the XL trades I've done, I still don't have one yet. So as you see here, this team that's non-XL, that's ABB, will just it does incredibly well for a Sirfetch'd safe switch. You lose the lead, you safe switch in a Sirfetch'd, pray you boost, take as many shields as possible, and then Machamp and Walrein can hopefully close out the match for you. But before we get started, it's my therapist mental health tip of the day, and this is going to be, since it's Veterans Day today, you're welcome for the free day off for some of you get, or if you follow the federal holidays. But this therapist mental health tip is going to be directly related to the U.S. military. So, this article, just to give you a sense, yes, I have PTSD, of course. That's not just me, like a majority of mental health users in the are mental health, veterans, mental health, a lot of them have a lot of issues when we get out. 80% of them, accordingly, come out with some kind of issue, and I guess I'm just part of that majority. But one of the big things that's going is suicide. So suicide is a public health issue and a leading cause of death in the United States, particularly among veterans of war. So at 45, the U.S. The Department of Veterans Affairs reports that more than 45,000 adults died by suicide in 2019. And this actually isn't getting any better. Even since when I left, it kept on going up. And there's a lot of challenges with mental health. What I'm glad is that the Air Force and the DoD is taking it more seriously, but we still haven't found the key of the cross of what really makes it that, like, veterans want to off themselves on a daily basis. And it's nuts. One is too much. And unfortunately, active duty and military personnel just have some of the poorest mental health because of all the unforgiven stress we have to go through our career fields, through our orders, and of course, if you have a family, it's even worse. There are also barriers to treatment because many deployed soldiers and don't have access to treatment. When you're deployed, good luck because there's a lot going on to where your mental health isn't really a priority as far as like counseling goes, etc. So yeah, it's tough. It really is tough. You got like one chaplain and I think we have like one psychologist, etc. It's really tough. Or even less than that, or you don't even have one at all. So take a look at this article. If you appreciate the veterans of this thing, I am one as well. Served 7 in the United States Air Force. For those of you I've been seeing for a while, happy Veterans Day. I hope you have a wonderful day off, and I hope you enjoy this team, because this is my best ABB team for Ultra Premier Cup. No XLs. If you don't have them, it's what it is. But yes, this team can do well, even though it doesn't have XLs. And without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here are the battles. We got Walrein onto Nidoqueen. This is a great lead, except here's the thing, Nidoqueen's Poison Fang still kind of sucks. And I look at the top right, and I'm like, that's not a fully powered Nidoqueen. This is some poor soul that's desperately trying to compete in this cup. And I mean, I would have won this battle outright regardless, but if you look at, you don't want to use a non-shadow Nidoqueen, because this is what happens. And they just look completely lost. And I'm like, mind you, I'm not in the pits right now. So it's like, I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, wow. Life is rough, right? And then if you look at that Walrein's not even fully powered either. The only thing that's fully powered is this Staraptor that's staring at my face. And I'm like, bro. Like, dang. I mean, I've been seeing a bunch of XLs right here. So it's time to win or pay to win. Or cheat to win, whichever one you want to call it. Unfortunately, Ultra Premier Cup is just not kind to those that don't have the exact arsenal. And that's GG's. That was a brutal match. Like, I actually felt that. I was like, dang, dude. Like, even if they had a fully powered Nidoqueen, they would have lost. So, but then I would have made fun of them because, like, haha, you have a fully powered Nidoqueen, you still lost. We got Talonflame somewhat XL. I can't tell if this person doesn't have the XL candy because that's 61 or if that's just a really high IV. But then again, a perfect one is what you want for the hundo, so they probably just don't have enough. But as you see here, I'm going to call this Brave Bird like a boss, and I'm going to hope that I'm going to be able to take out, because the thing about Double Fighter is double counter is really good, but there's one thing you don't want to see, a Charmer, of course. But if they don't have a Charmer, you can vibe against a lot of the meta. As you do, we got Surfetched onto Walrein. I really should have sent in Machamp against this. But if they send in a Walrein, send in Machamp. As you see here, I eat the Earthquake like a buffoon. But this is actually okay because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to farm down this Walrein. I'm going to farm down the Walrein, and the thing about this is that the Talonflame is literally in cross chop range. So I'm going to be able to get to 2 cross chops before that Talonflame gets to anything. As long as I time my counters right. When it comes to 5-turn moves, you want to do 2 counters and then fire on the 5th one. And as you see, we got a Shadow Drapion. So you are an XL abuser. Well, here's the thing. Shadow Drapion is actually incredibly hard to get. And even though you did Go Fest and all of that, like, yeah, Shadow Drapion is not exactly something that's easy to go for. And as you see, I catch my... I'm just flexing my opponent now. I catch the Crunch like a boss, or it's a Sludge Bomb actually. So I catch the Sludge Bomb like a boss, farm this thing down, and then all I have to do is either in the top left or just gonna get Icicle Speared and cross chop to death, because the Icicle Spear will go through, break that last shield, and I win CMP. So technical assassination. GG's. And this is one of the worst leads you can see a Machamp. So what I do here is if you get a Machamp lead, I'm going to go into my own Machamp, and that's a Togekiss. So I'm gonna fire this Rock Slide, and I have to pray that they take it, because this is like my only win condition. I have to hope that Surfetched in the back is going to be able to do well against their back row. And I mean, not their back row, but their back mon. Because if they don't have anything that Surfetched doesn't hard counter in the back, then I'm screwed. Because I already lost lead and I lost switch. So what I'm going to do here, though, is I'm going to break both shields. And my strategy for this is I'm going to send in Surfetched. Surfetched wins CMP against Machamp. So I'm hoping to break both shields here and then literally send in Surfetched to where I can catch them on CMP. I know, it's a very complex plan, but you know what? When you have, when you're dealing with like, yeah, when you're dealing with a freaking losing lead and switch, you just gotta hope that they make a mistake. 3, 4, 5, fire. My opponent had the energy, but I don't know why they didn't fire here. They fire the cross chop. It would have been great for them, but as you see in the back row, it is a Empoleon. So if my opponent fired the cross chop, I still would have been able to get to the Leaf Blade, but either way, it would have been GG's. Because what happens here is that I'm going to be able to Leaf Blade down right here, and then my Walrein is going to be able to get to a move. So as you see here, I don't know why they fired cross chop, but hey, if your opponent misplays, it's their fault, because they could have gone cross chop. Actually, no, if they go cross chop, I can just get 2 Icicle Spears and then finish off the Empoleon, because Shadow Icicle Spear at this range will kill, even though it's double resisted. So as here, Shadow Icicle Spear goes through, and that's game. So somehow, despite losing lead and switch, I'm able to come out with a win condition. Thankfully. So next we got Walrein in the Dragonite. It's about time I win a really good lead. This is not, actually no, this is even a terrible. The thing about Dragonite in general is that Dragonite superpower hurts so much. A regular Dragonite superpower will put a Shadow Walrein in the red. So this kind of sucks. At this point, you already see I win lead and switch. All I have to do is shield this, and then I have that Dragonite against my the Dragonite against this Empoleon, and then my Walrein against that Dragonite. So that's a mighty long story. You know, have you ever played Final Fantasy VII? Like, Final Fantasy VII is one of the first games I ever played when I was a little kid, and I got my PlayStation for the first time. Sephiroth's sword is long. That boy has a huge sword, like huge. And I get the boost. So as you see, where Boost Jesus is actually praising me today. So I'm able to get to this second Night Slash. This opponent's going to shield for sure, unless they want to die. You choose life or you choose death. In this case, they choose life. So then what's going to happen here is I'm actually going to send in Walrein right away. And I actually screw this up. So as you see here, they get the Dragon Claw bait on me. And this is where you get super powered. Well, not even super powered yet. As you see, Dragonite, as you see, the Snorlax comes through. And I'm already set up to win here. All I got is do straight Icicle Spear. We got Shadow Champ in the back to farm down. So yeah, anyway, speaking of the Shlong, yes, Sephiroth's sword is humongous. I'm a huge fan of the Final Fantasy series, and if I had a lot of time, I definitely would play Final Fantasy 14 a lot more. The second best I would say one of the greatest MMOs, second best only to World of Warcraft, of course. The thing that's been out forever, before I was even born, so... But yeah, I love the Final Fantasy, huge fan of Final Fantasy series, especially like, one of my favorite games is Final Fantasy Tactics, so... whenever I'm on a plane ride, I will like grind and make my Dark Knight and try to max out my classes if I'm bored. This cross chop is going to be able to kill this Dragonite because it's so hurt. That's in kill range with a cross chop, and that's game. I also win CMP because it's a freaking Shadow Champ, so... There you go. We got Warren Ampharos. Behold the losing lead from health. This is actually terrible for you because not only is Icicle Spear nerfed, but Earthquake takes a while to get to, and we get a Gyarados. So, for some odd reason, on this day, on this shoutcast, I grabbed this shield, which is kind of odd, but I get the boost, and my brain is like going off right now. I'm like, what? I got the boost? Let's freaking go. By all means, this is going to be easy though, because if I go down 2 shields, guess what? Ampharos is a very, very good charge mod, and at one point was extreme. I made legend using Ampharos twice, and it's 2 Butters, one of my good friends. He's the Spice Lord, the best Spice player in the planet, I believe, and but obviously one of the best shoutcasters. Obviously, his dream was to become a shoutcaster, and we always rooted for him beginning, and now to see him shoutcast the international championship makes me so happy. As you see here, Ampharos goes off, and we're gonna get Thunder Punched in the face, but you're gonna see me pull off some this is gonna be nuts. You're gonna see me pull off, I'm going to finesse the unholy crap out of my opponent. This is how you know you're good. So I'm going to cross chop through here, and Amphi is almost dead. But as you see here, what we're going to do here is I have to be careful because I'm so close to dying. I either have to catch a Thunder Punch or try to finesse my opponent. So this is going to be extremely rough. I'm going to send in Walrein. Walrein is going to eat a Thunder Punch. But I still have an entire Mon in the back, and that's a Swampert. So here's the thing, a Swampert, at least if it's not Shadow, it won't put it in a danger zone. I'll be able to barely live. So I either have to catch an Earthquake, which I failed to do because they fired right away, or I have to finesse the fast turns, because the thing is, Ampharos is a 4-turn Mon. I can live 1 Volt Switch. So my plan here is to Icicle Spear, KO this Swampert, do enough damage, and then right before send in Surfetch right here to eat that Volt Switch, and because a move goes through, when you go through 2 turn moves beats 4 in priority, and that's GG's. I hope you enjoyed that really sweaty battle, and this team is amazing. And that's game. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope you have a wonderful Veterans Day, because after this, I have to run like 5 miles, and then I'm gonna go eat somewhere, and then after that, I'm going to coach today, because tomorrow my kids have a wrestling tournament. My first year kids, called the Novice Tournament. It happens every year, and first year wrestlers are allowed, so I'm going to make sure I'm there for my novice kids. After that, I'm gonna go home, take a shower, and then I'm going to eat food all day. So I am beyond excited, and I'm very excited for Veterans Day today. So I hope y'all are having a great day. If not, hopefully take care of yourselves physically and mentally. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. So, but unfortunately, Go Battle League just seems to not. It looks like the lag issue kind of got fixed, but I don't think they introduced it. But it's unfortunate because I'd be legend by now. I'd be like in the 3200s, but I don't care anymore. I'm done. I'm done. I'm Gucci. I'm finished. I've beaten so many people that are on the freaking leaderboard, and it's the same thing over and over again, but it's nuts because unlike other games, we still don't have a system where it makes up. If we lag, we shouldn't lose elo. But of course, because Niantic is lazy and all they care about is microtransactions and money. Thank you, Niantic. The fact, even though they make less money than a lot of ones, the only thing is just literally they just prey on the whales. It's literally designed to induce anxiety. That's their marketing model, and it instills mental illness. I could never approve of it. So yes, that's why all of your freaking content creators that try to shove this game down your throat and pretend like nothing wrong, they're full of shit. As much as I hate to say it, as a veteran, as a freaking therapist, you're fucking high if you think this game is going to go anywhere super far in comparison to the top tier 1 esports these days. I'm just putting it out there. If I had a kid in treatment, I think I had one of my kids in treatment. I told him he was really interested in Fortnite. I'm like, yes, go for that. Get good at it. Get really good. And you can make a career out of it. No one's making a career out of Pokemon Go outside of like top content creators, and they're not even esports competitors. I promise you, one person from Energy is definitely making more than anybody from Pokemon Go. Just putting that out there. And if you don't know who Energy is, you should probably research it, because there are a lot better esports orgs out there than anybody we have in Pogo PvP. I'm just putting that out there. But I'm brutally honest. That's just the way I am. I'm not being negative. I'm being truthful. This is what it is. And if still someone realizes that, and until y'all speak up, because feedback is the only thing you can do as Core 9 to TOS, we're going to be screwed for a very long time, or until Pokemon Go PvP eventually will die out. Because there's a lot of new games coming out there, like Scarlet and Violet, and I can't wait to make content for that. With that being said, I can't wait to see you guys on the Scarlet and Violet train. Good luck on your Go Battle League sets, and I will see y'all on the next video. Actually, do me a favor, please like, subscribe, and comment as I usually say, and y'all are beautiful. And now I'm gonna go eat some food. Have a great day.